Well, hello everyone. I hope and I pray that you're doing well. I'm thinking today a little bit about patterns. So here I am in our home. We've got some routines that kind of help things work a little better. For example, over by our front entrance, we leave our shoes at the door. Sometimes we even put them on the shoe rack instead of in a big messy pile. Or at this table, when you finish a meal, you're expected to take your dishes and put them over into the dishwasher. It's a pattern. Or when we get groceries, usually beforehand, we set ourselves a meal plan and we make a grocery list, and nobody lets me go buy groceries on an empty stomach. Right? These are some good patterns that help some things work well. And since it's the day after Labor Day, many of you are returning to old routines or looking for a few new routines and patterns for work and for school. And so questions like, will you make a pattern of regularly putting out your clothes on the dresser for the next day, the night before? Or will you make lunches in traditional brown paper bags and then write people's name and maybe a heart and a little message, I love you, on them? Or, will you at work check your email at kind of set times every day? Or will you respond to every email as it comes in? Or will you leave 4,652 unread emails in your inbox, hoping that your emails just kind of answer themselves? I mean, patterns can be helpful in making routines that make life more manageable, make it better. And so here's a question for you, for all of us. What patterns am I following to make my spirituality healthier? What routines are nourishing my relationship with God? What am I doing to make my Christian walk even better? And how can I plan this, make a plan for this, make a pattern for this, and not just have things happen kind of haphazardly? So it's a good time to ask yourself at this time of year, what pattern am I committed to for reading my Bible? In my own kind of personal devotions. And maybe even, if you have the Bridge app on your phone, maybe there's even some suggestions there. We'd be happy to talk about some other ideas. Or how will I commit to praying daily? And maybe it'll help to set aside a time and a quiet place and even a reminder on my phone. Or what pattern of worship will I establish for me and for my family? Maybe attending worship services every week or doing family devotions after a certain meal can really shape me, can shape us. How will I build a pattern of both work and rest into my life? How will I imitate the pattern of my Creator who worked 6 days and then rested on the seventh? Patterns, they really can shape us in very profound ways. Think about a pattern of diet or a pattern of exercise. They can literally shape us. Or think also about patterns, other patterns of reading in somebody's life, or a pattern of curiosity, or a pattern of being a good listener. And those can shape us too. In Romans 8, we read, "For God knew his people in advance, and he chose them to become like his Son, so that his Son would be the firstborn with many brothers and sisters." And so the picture is not just of Jesus as our distant Savior, but also that he is the model of what we are to become. We are invited to pattern our very lives after Jesus so that we become more and more like Jesus. And so, friends in Christ, I hope and I pray that in the renewal of routines, you may see God's hand in your life And may your patterns help you become more like Jesus. The peace of Christ be with you all.